Well, hey there, littermates. Welcome back to Boss Kitty, the show. Oh my God, that doesn't work. The Boss Kitty show. I'm going to eventually get this right, and then it'll be too late and it won't matter anymore. But someday it'll happen. I've stopped saying live. I'm very proud of myself for that. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday. If you celebrated, I hope you had a wonderful long weekend. All of those things. If you didn't get to do those things, I hope you survived any type of retail crazy weekend that you had to endure. And yeah, seriously, we appreciate that because it's brutal. I've done retail on Black Friday before. It's not fun. Um, my sweater is so cute. So you guys, it's still really cold in here. Um, and so I'm actually wearing my pajama sweats. These are my pajamas. I have matching sweatpants. I'm not wearing those right now. I'm not wearing those. No, I'm wearing sweatpants, just not those ones. And these are my kitties. I got these 2 years ago. I went on a gaming trip with my friends to the beach, and we basically just gamed for 3 days. We were at the beach, but we stayed inside and gamed because that's who we are. And I wanted comfortable sweat pajamas, so I went and picked these up, and they're my favorite. I love them so much. Oh, TK, thank you. I also have some boozy cocoa, and TK just brought me a blankie because it's so cold out here. Hold on, let me put this on my lap. It's actually really helpful. Uh, cute jammies are the best jammies. Look at that. There's one of them right there. You're the nerd, Charlie. Snow. Weird. It's not snowing here. I assure you it is snowing here. You see snow. It's true. It's real. Actually, it's funny, Allison, because when you guys get snow up there in the up a little further north from us, we don't usually get snow. So like that year that Portland had like a foot of snow 10 years ago or whatever it was, Salem had none. Like we had absolutely nothing. I was so bummed. I think we maybe got some flurries, but that was about it. And then was it last year? It had to be last year. Charlie, you'll remember this because we tried to game through it. But you guys had a huge ice storm with a bunch of packed snow. We had nothing. I went into Portland to game. Everything was fine on the freeway, and then I got off the freeway and I thought I was gonna die. I was like, I can't believe this is happening. Uh, it's snowing there, Yarn Pirate. That's so exciting. It's 35 degrees where you are crocheted. It was 29 degrees this morning when I went to the store to pick up coffee, I think, if I remember correctly. How I disappeared. Good evening. How are you? So, you guys, just a quick reminder that we did extend our 25% off sale through tonight, so through midnight tonight for Cyber Monday. So that is 25% off everything in the store, including pre-orders. We still have those pre-orders up for you guys as well. And then tomorrow I'll go through all of the orders, make inventory, stock notes, and everything, and we'll put an order in for the yarn that we don't already have, and we'll start getting that dyed up for you for people who have pre-orders in their orders themselves. So just keep that in mind. If you haven't put your order in or placed your order yet, now is a great time to do it because you're running out of time. We had a little bit of flurries. I thought that said you had a little bit of furries, and I was like, that's an entirely different type of storm. Yay, and yeah, I mean, to each their own. So, you know, some people like snow, some people don't. 61 in Southern California. What? Ha 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 ha. Oh my gosh. You're sorry you missed Friday. Your brain was just fried from work. I bet, but that's okay. You know, that's a great segue, Allison, actually. Thank you for that. So our Black Friday sales were traffic was not as high as it's been in the past. You guys are absolutely amazing. The support that we had this year, the support we always get from you guys, the excitement that we got from people during the Black Friday event, like that was really successful and wonderful. And I had such a great time with you guys. I hope that if you watched the live, you were able to see some of the colorways that you can put together to make really great, beautiful things. I still have some of the display pieces. Oh my gosh, display pieces out. I should probably show something that doesn't have green in it. I still have display pieces out. Even this is almost kind of see-through because of the yellow. You can also tell I'm getting a little bit of a cold, by the way. It's the first year that we have not actually met our goal and actually exceeded the previous year's goals. I'm not taking that in any type of personal capacity. I know that most small businesses are struggling this year. It's funny because if you look at sales for 2023, Black Friday sales were actually up 9%, but I'm pretty sure that's companies like Amazon. So, because I've heard that a lot of small businesses were struggling, we did just fine. Like we're great. We're happy, you guys. I'm so excited to get the yarn out to you guys. But yeah, it was definitely a surprise. Oh, thank you, Samantha. And we think part of that, is obviously inflation is a big deal, but also we think that maybe our like how we've talked about the fact that we want to get more exposure out there, and we have such a great community. You guys are so amazing, and we can't seem to get past that 40 viewer bump pretty much. We've talked about this a lot. I think we're not gonna reformat this show necessarily. I know we just did that, but I think around the beginning of the year, we are gonna start focusing on shorts and pre-tapes. We'll still do lives. It might not be every week. It might be you get a live a month, but you still get content every week, right? We'll also be doing classes next year, so that'll be a different type of content that's available to people. We're going to focus a lot on what we're able to hand out to members and patrons as well. But you guys are going to get a lot of shorts, a ton of shorts. Salute your shorts. You're going to get a lot of pre-taped content, and it's going to be lots of different stuff. It's going to be things that, like what you're used to getting, but it's also going to be some dyeing and, some fiber ASMR type stuff, and maybe a look in the business itself in a day in BK pretty much, in TK. So we're going to try to shake it up a little bit because we've been stuck in this place, this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful place, but we want to be able to get unstuck from this place and move on to the next great place with you guys. So we're going to see what we can do. Oh, thank you, Eska. You guys are always so supportive about these things. I think I got Mithril and Widowflower. You did get Widowflower. I saw that. I didn't check to see if you got Mithril. I do look at your guys' orders as they come in and just really briefly go, okay, they got this, 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 and this. But I don't remember all of them. I barely remember my name. Let's be honest. You got a bunch of kitty glitter. I'm glad to hear that. I'm just going through everything. You said 25% off, and I said, what? Jump to the website. Thank you, Teresa. Mwah. Yep, still going on right now. Shorts. It's too cold for shorts. I love you guys. Maybe we can do a knit along for shorts. Oh my God. Speaking about knit alongs and craft alongs. I don't have them out here right now because we're gonna work on the crocheted basket, right? This massive, massive thing that tears up my hands. Guess who's fucking knitting socks, you guys? I have 2 socks, not 1, but 2 on a set of needles right now. I'm so proud of myself. I'm almost through the foot, their toe up. Oh my gosh. I've never tried knitting or crocheting 2 socks at once. It's a game changer. I don't hate it. We'll wait till we get to the heel turn, but right now, not hating it. So that's very exciting. Hi, Rat. Just got out of counseling. Oh my goodness. Did you have a good time? Did you learn a lot of good stuff? You got timey-wimey in Cynthia's lunchbox. Thank you, Eska. I'm pretty proud of myself too. Actually, I worked on them through game this weekend. Roxanne, you're trying to figure out the short and video stuff, trying to get into, yeah, right? And your design, when you gave us feedback on the show, on the shop, Roxanne, actually, that was very helpful. So we appreciated that. Well, hello, Gothic. Are you proud of me, though? Because I am. Yay, socks. I'm hoping to start my first knit socks next year. Allison, that is a great goal. I hate knitting socks normally. I get through 1 sock, and it feels like it takes freaking ever. And then I look at it, and I'm like, well, fuck that. I'm not making another one. And I never do, but 2 at once. What? Hey, Gandalf, what's up? I got TK over here. He's in like the biggest, bluest, wizardy robe I've ever seen for a bathroom. Can you just come over so we can see your robe? I mean, I'm in my pajamas, and Madison Wilson's in pajamas. This hood can hold like five giant heads in it. It's so big, and it's overly warm. Nothing more. What are you doing? Are you gonna talk to the microphone? Holy shit. I did. You want to tell them more about it? Because they love listening to your voice.
Do they want to hear anything about it?
They want to hear your voice. Just say stuff.
No, I just said stuff.
Do you know when we started seeing each other, I used to make him tell me about baseball rules on the phone when I was having a stressful night just because it put me to sleep. Does anyone read lips? Oh, wait, there's no sound? No, you can hear sound. Whew, TK broke it. It says that the audio's working. But wait, there is sound. Son of a biscuit.
No way. There's no way.
He's back. You totally broke it.
Oh,
Holy shit.
No, you touched the mic. When I moved in, you touched the mic. And
Did you just blame
messed
me?
with the cable.
Did you just blame me?
Yeah.
For your mistake?
I didn't touch it.
We can go back. Don't do that. We can go back and watch the VOD.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the deal? If I'm right and you fucked it up, what do I get? You have to make me 5 lattes. 5.
At once?
No. If you're right, I will make you 2 lattes.
At once.
At once.
Okay.
It was totally TK. Haha. He couldn't he? How I disappear. TK was in radio for longer than I've been alive. And so, yeah, he's really good at that. We've been trying to get him to get back on the mic. I'll have to remember the baseball thing when you get stressed. How do I make this heart go away so I can read people's messages? It's so obnoxious. The sound went out before no, Bubbles, I'm not saying that out loud. Nothing. She said it was your fault. No, you can't see it. You can't see it.
I want to see what that smart ass had to say.
She said nothing. Oh my God, we love BK, but we don't want to see her on. I always forget you and TK have a similar age gap to John and I. You know what? It's funny. Who was I just talking to about the age gap there? They're like, wait, what? I said, so there's 15 years between my husband and I, and they said, okay, so you're 35, right? And I started laughing. I was like, oh, you're so sweet. No, I'm 40. She's like, really? I was flattered. Anyway, you guys probably actually want to craft and not listen to me shoot my mouth off all day long. So let's get to it. We started working on this Brooklyn basket a few weeks ago, right? So about 2 weeks away. It's by Flax and Twine. It is a kit. It comes with this very uncomfortable, massive cord. I'm not even going to call this yarn. It's a cord. And it came in 2 different colors. They had goldenrod, which is what I purchased, and then they had a green color, a sage color as well. Oh no, it's the cable. 1 second. TK is going to fix it. 1 moment. Can you guys hear me now? What? I mean, there's sound right there.
Yes. Don't move this.
Don't move this. Don't move anything. Nothing.
Cable's right.
Okay. No, you guys will be able to hear me. We're good. Trust me. It's a 30-second lag, so it just takes a second for me to catch up to you guys. At this point, I will have been reassuring you for 30 seconds. It's dumb. Anyway, what I was saying to you is that we are working on the Brooklyn basket. It's by Flax and Twine. This comes as a kit. It comes with this like massive cottony cord. I'm not going to call it yarn because it's not yarn. I mean, I guess technically it is. I feel like this is like yarn that sailors use when they're out to sea. Wait, no, that's pirates. Yeah, the cable's busted. We need to get a new one. He's going to go pick one up tomorrow. I think it's just that it's too short. So it comes with this yarn. It comes with this leather strap that I can put on it, and then the little strap ties. And it comes with a massive hook, size 11 or a P, 11.5 millimeter or a P size P. I will say for a rando plastic hook, you know, because they could have really put a crummy one in here, has a fair amount of weight to it. And more importantly, it has grooves in it. Can you guys see these? Right? I know it's white on white, so it's kind of hard. You can kind of see them there. So it's a little ergonomical for my hand, which is nice at least. It's not the best hook, but it's also not incredibly discomfortable. Jesus. Uncomfortable. So So at least, you know, they put some thought into that, which is really great. And then it's got the pattern here. You guys know my rules. I'm not going to like show off the pattern in great detail because this is a kit that is sold and the pattern's not free. But it's got great pictures in here for you to follow it by. There was some disconnect between pictures and what they were saying. So that was a little difficult before, but I think we figured it out. Her nails make me want to go paint my nails because I have that color and it's such a great freaking color for nail polish. I don't know if you guys can see that. So this is what we're going to work on. I just don't remember where the hell I was, so we're going to have to look. Hee hee pea hook. It is a pea hook. Oh my gosh. That's fantastic. Hey, you guys, hold on one second. Do we have show and tell up? I bet it has not been reset unless Yarn Pirate, my dear sweet Yarn Pirate, or Laura went in there and reset show and tell for us because they're more on top of the ball sometimes than TK and I am sometimes. Samantha, how are you feeling? I know you had COVID last week. Are you still getting through it? Have you tried the Dots crochet hooks from We Crochet? I have not. Need to check up on some sleep. Yeah, that's for sure. I'm just checking to see if that's up real quickly. Show and tell. These look like last week's crochet or show and tells. So let me get this taken care of real quickly. Duplicate channel, create channel, delete channel. Okay, show and tell's up officially, my loves. If you've already put something in show and tell and I just deleted it, I'm really sorry. Just slide it over to the new show and tell and we will throw that up. Remember, only 3 pictures per person and they need to be fiber related in some way. So crochet, knitting, weaving, felting, sewing, blah, 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 blah. If it's yarn that you picked up, if it's a pattern picture that you're really excited about, if it's something you've made or a store you really love, any of that's fine. Festivals, it doesn't matter. You are perfectly fine, Yarn Pirate. That is my job. It's blank now. It is blank now. I just deleted everything. I'm the great deleter. Okay, so let's actually look at what freaking stitch I'm supposed to be doing. I think it's a half double crochet, but I don't remember. Single crochet, it looks. I think it's single crochet just through the front loop only. Ooh, hiccups. One single crochet in the front loop of the next 2 of next. Oh, shit, son. Okay. I think I'm past that. I think I'm at the part where I'm just doing like forever. Rounds 4 through 7, make single crochets in front loop of each stitch around. I continued around to 7.5 to eke out a little more height from my rope bundle. Oh, I see what she's saying. So she did, that's how many rows she did. I have no idea what row I'm on. I should probably try to figure that out. This was row 1, I think. 1, 2, 3. So I think I'm just getting to row 4. So I'm starting row 4 as we speak. And I think I can double check that because there was some rows before that had like 2 stitches in them. I think I might have just finished row 4. Let me double check real quickly. 1 single, 2 single. Yeah. So I just finished row 4. We're going into row 5, it looks like. Oh my God, with my rings on. What am I thinking? I do have a cold. You're not wrong. It's just a little bit of a sinus infection. But thank you. I appreciate that. So nice to see you and TK. Thanks to TK for emailing me back. Oh, no problem, Jet. I'm glad that we were able to get that taken care of. That is one of the plus sides to being a small business is that we really get to take the time to, you know, answer those emails and take some action on it and make sure that you're in a good place, I'm in a good place, blah, blah, blah. Everything's working the way it's supposed to. See, once we get a longer cable for this, I can bring it over, which means I can be here instead of way over here. It's very exciting. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put, this is the stitch marker they gave me. This is my one complaint. This is the flippin' stitch marker they gave me. And while I love this stitch marker, it's wonderful. It's a joke when it comes to this yarn. Like, seriously, you guys, this is not going to cut it. This is ridiculous. But here we are. So I did a thing when we went to the pumpkin patch back in October. I picked up some cabbage and decided I was going to try my hand at making sauerkraut because I love sauerkraut and I love kimchi, but I figured I'd start with sauerkraut. I don't have one of those kraut jars that you can get, right? The fermentation jars. They're very expensive. I'd like to get one eventually, but for testing something that I had never done before, I really just wanted to try it the easy way. So I have some of these fermentation lids from my mason jars. And what they do is they have a spring in them, and the spring goes down into the jar. So it pushes all of whatever you're making, your vegetables or whatever, down to the bottom so that they're completely submerged by your brine. And then you put the lid on, and the lid has a little hole up at the top that's got a plastic flap over it so that it can release gas, but without letting bacteria into the fermentation. So that's been sitting for like 4 or 5 weeks now. And I opened it up. I have 3 of them. I opened one of them up today and it was so delicious. Oh my God. TK was like, that smells like dead broccoli. And I was like, it tastes so good. I don't care. It was really, really good. You wish everyone knows sickness. Same. You're dealing with a cold too. It's that season. Watching you make this basket almost makes me want to make it, but then I see how much work it is. It really is. You know what? It'll be worth it in the end. It's not very many rows, right? Like it's a quick project. It would be a great holiday gift. And you eventually get the hang of it, but it is a little rough. I do recommend it. It is fun. Maybe finding a softer yarn, but if you found a softer yarn, it wouldn't hold its shape as well, I don't think. Mr. Bubbles got some of those springs for making sauerkraut and kimchi this summer. Has he tried it yet? I want to do kimchi next. They were really inexpensive. The springs, like I said, the kraut, the fermentation barrels, like the ceramic jars, those are like $80, $50, $80. The springs, I got a 2-pack for like $10. So I bought 2-packs. So for $20, they're the wide mouths, lids. So technically I could use them on any size of a jar as long as it's got the wide mouth on it. I don't have really big jars right now. I need to get some. There we go. You usually only let yours go for a week or 2, but I like you like your sauerkraut. This is still very crunchy, Eska, but it's also very sour, and I love sour sauerkraut. I don't like it to be soggy. This still crunches and does the little squeaky thing when I chew on it. I'm a content little sauerkraut chipmunk. Smells like hell, tastes like heaven. Exactly. You're launching so hard at your dad. You're laughing so hard at your dad. Why? What did your dad do? I hope your 1-year-old... Oh, I hope so too, Roxanne. Oh, no. I had an ear infection a week or 2 ago. It was pretty miserable. It was a pretty, like, low ear infection, so it wasn't terrible. But man, baby ear infections are the worst. I'm so sorry. They're terrible for you guys as parents, and they're just miserable for the baby. That's exciting, Samantha. Love kimchi. Send you good vibes for success. Thank you, Abby. I love kimchi too. TK does not like it. So that will all be for me. I will sit in a corner with my little kimchi jar like this and just eat it all. He doesn't dislike sauerkraut. He has to be in the right mood for sauerkraut. So it's funny. That's how he feels about pickles too. I finally got him to try my pickles. That sounds dirty, and I meant for it too. This last summer, and he's like, "Oh my God, these are really good." I was like, "I know." He's like, "Are there more?" And I was like, "No, you just ate the last one because I gave them all away and ate them all myself." They are the worst. My eldest has so many ear infections as a baby. He wound up with tubes in 18 months. I never had tubes, but I had really bad ear infections as a baby. And then I had really bad cases of like strep throat twice a year. So sinus issues all the time, like ears, nose, throat issues. When I was in college, I had massive ear infections at least once a month. I had to go see a specialist. They put like this yellow powder in my ears. They put me in a chair, like an anti-gravity chair where it goes upside down, right? It sucked. Like I'd get over one ear infection and get another one in the other ear, just nonstop for 2 years. It was not fun at all. It threw my my equilibrium off really badly. In fact, the shop that Allison used to work in used to be a different shop that I worked in at that point in time, and I ended up falling while I was trying to put some yarn away because I got really dizzy. I just couldn't keep my balance. It was during that time. You guys, it's gonna be so cute. You didn't like pickles for a long time, but you're learning to like them. Your favorite burger right now is peanut butter pickle bacon. Oh, wait, is that the peanut butter burger at Killer Burger? Because everybody raves about their peanut butter burger. I've never had it. What am I drinking tonight? I'm drinking hot cocoa. Okay, I'm drinking lukewarm cocoa made with milk and cocoa and a little bit of peppermint schnapps and apparently piece of Gracie's hair that I just pulled out. So, you know, cheers. My water is right here. I promise I will have some right now just for you. Because it's delicious. Oh my God, it's so cold. You love them. I've had one burger from Killer Burger, and it was years and years and years ago with TK. I do not remember what it was. It was really good though. It was also really big. I know they do a ghost pepper burger, and they started doing that way back before like ghost peppers were a big deal. Like, you know, before you could get them in the store and stuff like that. So it was like this big deal to go get your ghost pepper or burger from Killer Burger, and you had to like sign a waiver. That just might have been for show though. Gracie hair is the secret ingredient in everything. Oh my God. Okay, so when I left to go game the other day, TK likes to walk me to my car because he's sweet, or at least to the door. And so I'm leaving from the door to go to the car. I turn my back from him, and then I hear him curse, and I turn around, and TK is flat in face first in the grass. And I almost had a heart attack because I thought that he had tripped and fallen, and I thought maybe he had hurt his hand. And so I come running back, like drop my stuff, come running back. I'm like, oh my God, are you okay? And he goes, I'm fine. And all of a sudden I hear, meow. And underneath him, he has tackled Gracie, who had busted outside. And when he went to go grab her, she had darted off. And so he like was just like, no. She's fine. It was ridiculous. She's gotten really bad about that. She likes to like dart outside, but usually she stops immediately and rolls around like a goon. She's now decided, no, she wants to actually go jump in the leaves. Good night, Marie. Have a great night. They're pretty big burgers. You get the pint size. Ooh, that's good to know that that's an option. I would just split one with somebody. How are my braces doing? You know what, Samantha? That's funny you should ask me that. I had to go in, I told you guys a few weeks ago, to have them not adjusted, but because one of my chains broke, so they fixed that. Well, they put a different wire in the bottom, and the woman who put it in, she made it too short, so it keeps popping out of the back area on both sides. Like, it'll pop out of this side, I'll take some tweezers and pull it back to get it back into place, so it pops out of the other side. And I'm just going back and forth, because I do not want to go for a third time the same month back to the dentist. So I have an appointment in a week from Friday, I think, or a week from Thursday. I have an appointment on the 8th, I think is when it is. So that is a week from this Friday. And that's when they'll adjust them and it'll be fine. And my orthopedist will be like, weird, this wire is so short. And I'll be like, you don't say. Yeah, it's obnoxious. It doesn't hurt. It hurts if I let it stay out, but it doesn't hurt. It's just really obnoxious and awkward. She's worked up the courage for bigger adventures. Yeah, Miranda, I don't want her to. I like that she's a scaredy cat and that she stays in my yard. I'm so terrified. Number one, I'm terrified that she's going to obviously the super scary thing, get hit by a car or something, right? We don't live on a busy street, but we live near a busy street. And there are still cars that come down our street. So that's number one. Or that she's going to get hurt by other animals in the neighborhood. But if I'm being completely honest, my cat is gorgeous. I'm afraid somebody's going to take her. Like they're going to be like, oh, you clearly belong to somebody because you are not scruffy, but you're so pretty. I'm just going to take you right. And she's the cat that would be like, cool, you're going to feed me and love me. Let's do this. Because she's just very, very friendly and trusts everybody. So yeah, I'm afraid that she's going to accidentally run away without meaning to run away. Leash train them. We've started doing that a little bit. So Khan has taken to it just fine. He'll get on his leash. He'll walk around in his harness. We'll take him outside. He does like to try to push boundaries. He's ornery about that. Zuzu will have none of it, but she also has no desire to go outside. Gracie will let you put the harness on her, and then she just drops to the ground and refuses to pick her belly up off the ground. And so she like does this little army scooch everywhere. It's very pathetic. Woohoo, Teresa! Have some confetti. Good night, Samantha. Have a wonderful evening. You're hoping you'll get to finish the sweater you're making. Oh, I hope you do too. Which sweater are you making? I get it if I won't let my dog outside without me, because a couple years ago, people were stealing dogs from people's... Yeah, right? That's scary. Hi, JK. How are you? That'd be the same for your puppers, right? They're just so sweet and friendly. I mean, if Zuzu got out, my concern would not be that somebody else would take that cat, because she will eat your face. She trusts no one except for TK and myself. She's very sweet. Don't get me wrong. She just doesn't trust anybody. She's a little feral. But I'm more afraid that Zuzu will just like legit run off somewhere and get lost or hide in a tree for the next 20 years. And you'll hear her. They'll be like, Zuzu, come down. And she's like, no, no, no. And you'll put food out and she'll come down in the middle of the night and go right back up. I'm late and mad. And I'm late since I was watching YouTube the whole time. You know what? That's okay. I forgive you. I still love you. If Nori got out, I would have a panic attack. You 100% do have a panic attack. Oh my God. Okay. Story time. So my litter mates, the kids, when I say kids, I mean the cats. The kids like to try to come out here into the garage area, into the studio. It's not set up for them. This is where I dye stuff. So like there's a whole shelf of dye, and while it's all contained, there's dye on the outside of a lot of it. Let's be honest. I am not, I'm a little bit of chaos in my heart of hearts. So it's not very safe in a lot of ways. I don't like them being out here, especially not unsupervised. Well, Gracie got out here, refused to come in. I was out here at the same time though. So TK was like, whatever, just let her stay out here. I was cleaning out here. And so she was out in the garage with us, and I needed to put something outside. And so this was like 20 minutes later, I opened the garage door for less than 2 minutes to slide something outside and then shut the garage door again and go about what I'm doing. About 20 minutes later, I go inside and then I stop and I'm like, hey, have you seen Gracie? And he's like, no, I haven't. She's out in the garage. And I was like, oh my God. I said, okay, I opened the garage door for a hot second, but I don't think she went outside. Well, it's pitch dark at pitch black outside at this point. She's not in the garage. She's not in the house, and we can't find her anywhere outside. I'm going through people's backyards. I'm like climbing the fence looking for her with a flashlight. I'm knocking on my neighbor's doors in tears. That little shit was in the garage hiding. I don't know where. I don't know how. I tried doing the treat shake in there. It did not matter. We come inside. I'm coming to terms with the fact that I have lost my furry best friend and, quite frankly, my familiar. And TK comes in from the garage and he's like, I found her. And I basically curled up with her for the rest of the night just in tears. It was insane. There you go. End of story. Of course, JK, of course. Just don't let it happen again. No, I'm kidding. You're fine. Hi, Jinxie. How are you? So if you are just joining us, just a real quick reminder, if you missed the Black Friday event, which was 25% off everything at BossKittyShop.com, We have extended it through the end of today for Cyber Monday. That's 25% off the whole entire shop, and that includes pre-orders. Number one, we don't usually have pre-orders available to you guys anyway. I don't like to die to order. It makes me nervous to have that on all the time, because what happens if you put in an order and I go to order yarn and they're sold out of that? Like, I don't want to have to let you down. So we don't usually do that, but I did check inventory with our wholesale account people before we decided to do this. We're good to go. But on top of that, we especially don't do pre-orders at a sale price. Like, that's just silly. And I was clearly in a silly mood when I decided to do that. Black Friday events are usually to get rid of inventory, not discount inventory you haven't even made yet. So I think the picture just looks like it's larger than it actually is, because this is not as big as that picture, obviously. But that's okay. It still looks good. You did get your order, and it's true. You had that with your dog when you were a kid, couldn't find her for hours, gave up, and heartsick, and she pops out of the tires in the garage where she was napping through it all. Oh my God, animals, I swear. You feel crazy for so much soot. There's no such thing as too much soot. You're still recovering from your Seattle trip, but you're doing all right. Glad to hear it. I'm gonna get there now and look at my cart to place tonight. Nice, Jet. Oh, thank you, Winter. You're doing a vest and a sweater, and it's the main color. It is, and I'm so excited about your sweater vests and your sweater. Your little Cinder has jumped out of the window before. She was missing for hours, and we didn't find her until 1 a.m., and she was freezing cold. Oh, poor baby. She did find that entrance into Narnia. I'm pretty sure she runs Narnia. She's my little stinker. I love her so much, but she's a floofball. She is a little brat. It's because she knows she's pretty. She's my bubble child. She was very affectionate last night. If I'm gone for the weekend, and I was gone on Saturday night, she gets very pushy when I come home on Sunday evenings. When I go to bed, she's very, very demanding that I hold her and let her snuggle up next to my face and not move. She's like, don't leave. Please don't leave. Please don't leave. Please don't leave. And then she gets bored and she goes and snuggles with TK instead. We have a bed from IKEA that has drawers, and we only had 2 at the time, so the cats get under it into the drawers. Oh my gosh. One time Sponge was so cozy she wouldn't come out. I was in a panic for like 10 minutes. Yeah, I feel that. I couldn't pick the mohair, so I had to get all 3 and pick later to figure out what'll be which. I'm really excited for some of you, because I know some of you guys picked up mohair for the first time in hopes of trying something that isn't, super felty and stuff. So it's a great price to try it at. I really hope you guys love our mohair as much as I do. Goose does that whenever I come back from a trip. They used to get wet food, and they've never forgotten. Because because they used to get wet food on it. Cats are funny like that. Hi all. Hi Nana. Working on a beaded shawl with a cat on my lap. My usual routine. I love it. Okay. Thank you, Gothic Kippy. I agree. And I mean, not just saying that for the sake of saying that. Like I showed you guys the other day. I don't think I have it on me. Do I? I think maybe I do. Oh, it's right here. So when we did our Black Friday show, I had all of my display pieces here with me, which is great. But then I had some whips with me too. I had this one, which is kitty glitter. But I have this one right here. And this is done in mohair ball, but it's done in electric lemon, and it was never finished. And then the secondary color I used on it was Craft Girl Summer, which hold on one second. It was Craft Girl Summer, and that was not a color we carried anymore, so I just moved on from it, right? And it's been sitting in this whip pile, not even on needles, for 2 years now. And so I pulled this out on Black Friday to show it off to you guys. I don't think you are all here necessarily, and it was the perfect opportunity to show you guys how forgiving our mohair is. because normally if you've had mohair on needles or knitted up like this for more than 5 seconds, it doesn't frog. You can't really tink with mohair. You can't frog mohair. If you make a mistake, there's a very good chance you're going to have to cut that mistake out and go back and tie it back and start back from that spot. It's a nightmare a lot of the time. And it's why a lot of people don't like mohair. The other thing is that especially happens when you're just holding mohair with nothing else, which is what this is right here. There's no other yarn attached to this mohair. And I went ahead and proved how forgiving this is. So this has been like this for 2 years. And with very little attempt at, manipulating this so that it'll like I don't have to fight it. It just comes undone, no problem. There's a little bit of pullback on it, or resistance, but that's because it's mohair. I mean, that's not a bad thing. You want it to do that, but you don't want to do it to a point where it's knotted up. And this is just, it comes right apart. So when I tell you that this passes the center pull test, this is what I mean, is that you can draw this, you can create a center pull ball with the mohair and it's not gonna catch up on itself. As you can see, this was actually a center pull ball. So, no problem whatsoever. It's still not felted to itself. And it's been like this, all wadded up, shoved in a bag for 2 years. Oh, let me see here. I'm reading, sorry. Never tried mohair. I frogged your mohair and not wanted to die. 10 out of 10. You're so excited to make your love note. Oh my gosh, I love the love note. As a child, one of my dogs was, oh my gosh. That's terrible, Casey. You made the love note. It's such a great pattern. It is. It's a beautiful pattern. Is the sale over at midnight your time or in our local time zone? It's at midnight Pacific time. So you guys have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You have a little under 5 hours left. I'm just catching up on what people have written. Sorry. Let me see here. You and unfinished projects and your grandma. It's a thing. Hi, Aunt Beth. That's my auntie, you guys. I don't have a lot of unfinished projects. I only have like 5. One of them I'm actually working on. This one I need to finish. This is a Stephen West shawl. It's so cool, you guys. It's the slip. Is this the slip? I don't remember which one this is. It's one of them though. This is one of the first things I started making with our kitty glitter. It's got these really cool holes up here, and then it goes down into this. And it's really funny. I had no problems with the pattern until I got to this like little chevron thing, and then I kept screwing up my stitches. And so I decided I was going to end it early. And I just haven't ended it yet. But this has got kitty glitter, soot, balrog, Tales from St. Olaf, and Princess of Mars in it. And it's so lovely. I really do need to finish. There's just so much going on with this thing. Even if I don't finish this as a display piece, I need to finish it for myself. When I made it, I wanted it to look like a campfire. Crochet frogs nicely as well. Nice, Yarn Pirate. That's good to know. That will be many more unfinished projects to come. It is Slipstravaganza. There we go. Thank you, Gothic Hippie. Have some confetti. Oh, you guys are killing me. Havisham and Widowflower, the latter being mohair. I've got that hat somewhere. Where the hell is it? Did I wear it out of here last night or the other day because it was so damn cold? I do have these. So these are scrunchies that are made with mohair. JK Knits made these for me. So this is Cynthia's lunchbox mohair and then Cynthia's lunchbox cat's cradle held together. It's super soft, you guys. She made 3 of these. I've got this one that I keep on this creepy ass hand over here. And then I've got this one that I use on my little dragon dinosaur person that I never finished. And then I have a third one, and the third one is in the house because I use it religiously, like all the time. They're so damn comfortable. Like they're the best. They're just so easy to use. It doesn't felt on itself. It's just delightful. They're perfect for testing how you feel about mohair. Yeah, because it's a small project, right? I know that looked ridiculous in my hair when I put it out because that's the really big one. The small one is the one that's in the house, and I take it everywhere because it doesn't hurt my hair when I take it out. I have very delicate hair. I need to make some, but I'm using the mohair that's left for socks. Ooh, mohair ball socks. Yes. Yes. TK, if you're still watching this show, will you bring me please, will you bring me my crafting bag that's on the coffee table that's hiding my project in it from Zuzu so she doesn't destroy it again? It's a childhood it's 100% a childhood throwback. Every time I put that thing in my hair, I feel like I'm in 1988 again. I want to wear a side ponytail, put my little hands on my hips, and tell the whole world off. You've done a lot of lightweight yarn. Isn't it bizarre when you're crocheting or knitting with lightweight yarn forever and ever and ever and ever, and then you pick up like DK or Aran Wade or a bulky or worse, anything like that. It's so foreign. It just feels entirely different. Same with the other way. You know, if I work on this for hours and then I go work on those socks, it's gonna feel crazy. Hi TK. Well, you have the beanie on that you fake bought me. Oh, thank you. So here, you guys are gonna be so proud of me. I'm making socks. Not only am I making socks, but I'm doing 2 socks at one time because I'm determined to find a way to enjoy making socks. And so far, this has been it. So here they are right here. They don't look like socks right now, obviously. No, this is not my yarn. Don't ask. I don't do self-striping yarn. You guys are very aware of that. I don't have the tools to do that, honestly. But they're super, super cute. And I don't remember what yarn this was. I bought this yarn like 5 years ago. But they look super cute so far. I'm almost through the foot to the heel. And the goal here is that by the time I'm done with them and I hate them, they'll both be done so I don't have to have second sock syndrome. I've got this. Thank you. I know. It's that time of year, right? All the socks. Excellent. Yes, please do. You're making Christmas stockings just 1 sock at a time. No expectations to making a matching pair. Oh, that's a good point. Self-striping is such an involved process. Right? It is. Like you have to, if you're not going to have like a professional, big, expensive piece of equipment to do it or something, you have to use like a warping board and shit. And I don't understand how small batch dyers do it because it takes so much time. It's so labor intensive. It's like our speckled gradients used to be, which is why we don't carry those anymore because it took days for me to get skeins of that stuff done. And it just wasn't the overhead cost and the time consuming, the time that you had to put into it did not, in order to make that worthwhile on a large scale, the yarn would have had to be so extremely expensive. And I could not bring myself in good faith to make it any more expensive than it already was. And I feel that way about self-striping yarn. Like you pick that stuff up and if, you know, I'm like, how are you selling this for $30? I don't understand how this is not $80 because this has had to have taken you hours to create. I don't know. It is not a thing that I have figured out. I don't think they're sock blanks. Sometimes, yes, but even sock blanks, Allison, sock blanks are, so with this one, it was not sock blanks because this has got some type of silk or bamboo in it and the ply on it is not what's used for most sock blanks from distributors. So this was not a sock blank unless they created their own sock blank. However, here's the other thing with sock blanks. When you create a sock blank and you dye it and then you set the dye, you're also setting the crimp from the blank. So when you unravel it or when you ravel it, when you take it apart, basically, it keeps that kink unless you then reskein it, wash it, stretch it out basically so it no longer has that kink to it. It's a whole process, and most dyers aren't going to do that because that's what takes days and days and days and days and days. So I don't know. I don't know what process they're using for this. You still haven't tried it. I know. I'm tempted. I saw a video or two on how to do small batch dye self-striping. Ooh, I might have to look into it. It's probably not something we would ever do. Maybe I would try it for like a boxed set or something. That's the other thing. I don't know if I should be telling you guys some of this stuff. So we're also starting to finally discuss the possibility of subscriptions for like yarn subscriptions. Like I really want to do a Wheel of the Year yarn subscription for a full year and then see how it goes and maybe do one the year after that. So it's kind of like a giant box set, right? That you get throughout the year. But that's another thing we're talking about. Hey Maritza, how are you? I finished a project, but it's a gift and I'm unsure of how it turned out. I put a pick and finished projects on Discord. If you have a moment, please check it out and let me know what you all think. Crochet Hook, you can pop it into show and tell as well. We'd love to see it. I'm going to sneak over to finished projects and look at it right now. I think it's lovely. Oh, that's beautiful. I love the detail on it. What don't you like about it? Okay. So let's just wiggle that around until it goes through. I have no idea how many rows I've done at this point. Did I put the thing back? Dun, dun, dun. I was so busy talking to you guys. I forgot to put my stitch marker back in. I have no idea how many rounds I've done. Hold on. Okay, so clearly this is the beginning, right? You can't see what I'm looking at. Obviously, this is where the row starts-ish, right? So 1 row, 2, 3, 4. I'm doing 5 right now. We're going to say this kind of is the beginning of the round. I mean, what's going to happen if it's not? Are the basket police going to come and arrest me? Because I'd like to see them try. I have a P-hook, and I know how to freaking use it. In no way is Boss Kitty threatening the police at all. Please don't take it that way, YouTube. Ruh-roh. That's how it always goes, Bubbles. Yes, subscription boxes, right? And I could try collaborating with like somebody who makes stitch markers or other accessory type pieces for crafting or a pattern designer. And then we could have those things that are in there as well that go with the subscription box. Maybe it's a pattern at the very end of the year or the beginning of the year, right? Like if you have, oh my gosh, if we did a subscription, a year-long subscription box that came with a pattern, and the idea is that it's a mystery craft along throughout the whole entire year. Maybe it's you can do crochet or knit, let's say, right? And each quarter you get more yarn and you get your next pattern hint for that skein of yarn. How cool would that be? I'm not saying that's happening. I'm just thinking out loud right now. And then at the very end of the year, you have a completed project.
Yeah.
You're like,
cleaning the slate and starting.
I already told them that part. Yes. Kind of. I don't want to go that far.
Not
For say, like a blanket. Exactly. Exactly. 9mm hook. That's good, Michi. That was really, really good. You'd have a very massive thing. Unless it was like minis and stuff. I think it'd be really cool, right? The downside to doing it that way would be that means if you don't sign up for it at the beginning of the year, you're kind of shit out of luck, right? Because, I mean, you could get the yarn and you could sign up for the subscription box and get the monthly subscription. But if you do it in the middle of the year, you're only getting the yarn. You're not necessarily getting the pattern because, you know, the other pattern pieces aren't there. Although I would be willing to throw those pattern pieces in. You'd just have to use your own damn yarn for it. Because unless we had backlogs of old subscription boxes. Baby's a surprise jacket, but the adult one. Nice. What happened to the collaboration with the spindle? Casey, those are still here. The spindles are here at the house. I mean, the shop. We are dropping the drop spindles with the fiber on New Year's Eve. We're going to drop them for my birthday. So you guys will get those just in time for the new year and for my 41st year. Very excited about them. Like super duper excited about them. Yeah, so in the process of getting the fiber for that. We will have, so there's going to be 30 kits available, 30 of the drop spindle kits available, and those will come with a drop spindle and a 4-ounce bump of fiber in your colorway choice that's available. You will be able to buy extra fiber on top of that if you want. There will be additional bumps of like 4-ounce bumps of fiber available. So it's not like it's just those 30 kits. We'll have plenty of fiber available. Happy 2024 indeed, right? We were originally going to release them for Black Friday, but I don't like doing... I have mixed feelings about doing releases with you guys on Black Friday because I feel like that's sometimes too much, right? Like you guys are getting this huge sale and you want to be able to take advantage of that. But at the same time, I'm like, also there's this enticing thing here that will sell out really soon if you don't get it. And so you kind of have to do this Sophie's Stitch choice, and that sucks. So I try to avoid doing new lines or box sets or anything like that on Black Friday anymore. I mean, it's certainly always good for us because our sales are higher, but I feel like it would be easier for you guys and you guys will get to get more yarn in the long run if we kind of separate those a little bit. There you go. Patrons get them 48 hours early. I know TK was unsure if he wanted to do that, but he has just officially stated as much. So very exciting. So I don't know. Are we going to do an early release party for them then? I mean, we would have to. That makes the most sense. So yeah, we'll do an early release party. That means you guys get, do you know what that means? Do you know what he just volunteered me for? You guys know how we get to do our break from Christmas until my birthday? He just volunteered me for a patron exclusive drop spindle party in that break time. So thanks, TK. Appreciate that. So much fun. No, it really is fun. I'm gonna have a blast. It'll be totally fine. You guys will have a blast too. Can you tell us the estimated price range? We're still trying to figure that part out. Let me get back to you about that one next Monday. I have some ideas. I don't want to throw numbers out yet until I know for sure if it's going to be higher or lower than those numbers. I don't want to get either stress you guys out for no reason if I'm highballing. I also don't want to disappoint if I'm lowballing. It's a product we've never sold before. I have an idea of what I think they should go for, but I need to do a little more research just to confirm. Make him come play too. I should. That should be the stream. Is that the party is that TK's learning how to use a drop spindle. It's like TK crocheting all over again. No, absolutely. I think TK's on board for the price that I was thinking as well. Like I said, I really want to confirm with him first. Because sometimes I throw stuff out and then I get out at the show and he's like, we didn't talk about that. Maybe we should have done this. And I'm like, oh shit, we should have done that. Or vice versa. He comes out here and posts things and I'm like, why did you do that? Would you have your mom come on the show to demonstrate drop spindles? Ooh, that's a good question. I could talk to her about it. I will be honest. My mother has kind of taken a back seat to fiber art right now. She still enjoys it. She enjoys crochet and spinning and everything. I think she got a little burnt out. She's trying other avenues of, enjoyment in life. So I'm sure she would love to be on the show to do that. And I can talk to her about it, especially for the special. But yeah, I haven't decided yet. I will let you guys know the drop spindles are from Twists and Turnings, and Twists and Turnings no longer exists. So, and that's my parents' business. They made drop spindles. So whether or not there would be another batch of kits, I have to talk to my father and see if that's something he wants to continue to do, or if he would be willing to sell me his lathe and I could do it. Maybe, God help me. I don't know what I'm thinking right now. Who knows? There's a lot of options there. I mean, there's also other vendors we could go through, but I kind of dug keeping it in the family. Oh, this is starting to look really good, you guys. I mean, it's tinier than I expected it to be. I don't know if that's just me, but yeah. So I don't know if I screwed something up, but it's still super cute though. Her payment would be more yarn. Her payment would actually probably be fiber. She's very excited that I'm going to start dyeing fiber. Even though she's like, she's like, why would you do this once I've started taking a break from this? And I'm like, I mean, that's your choice, not mine. You had to compromise. Oh, yeah, for sure. Now we have a new office with a meeting table. We can work it all out. And I have a gavel, you guys, from when I did my my Halloween costume as Ruth Ginsburg. Somewhere I have a gavel that my father actually made me out of wood. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? And hello, Elizabeth's kiddos. You'd pay money to watch you and your dad's wood shop. Honestly, I think soft things are your medium. You're not wrong. Do you know, there was a time in my sweet, adorable life where I really wanted to do roller derby. I don't know if Allison's still in here. I know Allison used to do roller derby. I was obsessed. I thought it was the coolest freaking thing. And my whole family sat like this. Because I am not just a klutz, but I break really easily. And at the time, I had absolutely no insurance. I was in college. And my mom was like, I love you, but you are not insured. Like, please think this through. So it didn't happen. But there was a time. And everybody almost had a heart attack over it because they were pretty sure I was going to get myself killed. What am I making this out of? The stitch definition is gorgeous. It's basically just this really heavy duty cord. So this was a kit from Brooklyn Basket. It's the Brooklyn Basket by Flax and Twine. And you can probably find this on their website. I do believe they have one. It's called flaxandtwine.com. So you can go there and find it. I think it was about $40. I got mine at Not Another Hat in Hood River. That's KNOT, anotherhat.com. They're in Hood River, Oregon. And they're actually going to start carrying our yarn, which we're very excited about. What do you think?
That's cool.
What's wrong? Did I lose sound again?
No, it's just sounding muddy. I think it's the cable.
It's the cable, you guys. We're going to get a new cable. I'm sorry.
Do your best to talk into the front because it's a directed.
I don't want to touch it. I would like tip it up, but I don't want to touch it.
No, you can tip it up just and look to see if you're still there. Just like that.
Like that? Testing, testing, testing. We're good. Okay. Your daughter did roller derby and blew out her ACL. That was the end of that. So there you go. Teresa, I did not do roller derby and I blew out my ACL and my, what's the other one? My meniscus and my MCL. Is that the one on the inside? So I was doing a company picnic that I had put together. I was playing kickball. I kicked the ball and I turned to run one way and my knee went the other way. And I heard this snap and it felt like my whole knee was underwater underneath the skin. I had to have major surgery on it like 2 years ago, I think. So yes, exactly. If your very awesome daughter, who's probably much hardier than I am as far as bones not breaking, broke her ACL doing it, I probably would have had my head detached, quite frankly. I'm so sorry for your daughter though, and I hope that the tear was not severe enough that it like ripped across the board, right? Like that they were able to fix it, because that's freaking miserable. Wouldn't it be a super cute little pillbox hat? Now all I want to do is make vintage hats. Somebody in our Discord was doing that, making vintage hats. I don't remember who it was. Last panel is finished. Yes. Of your woven blanket. That's very exciting. Enormous klutz, but always wanted to do the things. My parents got me a gift card to learn for a class to learn how to snowboard, because for like 10 years all I wanted was to learn how to snowboard. I'd never been skiing, never been snowboarding. Loved the snow. So my boyfriend at the time and I, that was our gift that year, is that we got a snowboarding lesson up on the mountain. And we went and get on that stupid snowboard, and they're trying to show you how to walk around with a snowboard. That is all they're trying to show us how to do. And I twist my knee. This is before the whole knee surgery thing, a long, long time ago. And I'm down, like I am flat down in the snow. And I get up and it is swelling up. And the instructor's like, you have to sit this out. And I'm like, but I don't want to. And she's like, nope, you right back to the lodge. So you would think my boyfriend would be like, I'll come with you and we'll just spend the day together. It's no big deal. That ass kept his stupid class and enjoyed himself for the next 6 hours while I sat inside and pouted. I think I read a book. I don't remember. It sucked. There we go. Surgery repaired it, but cold weather hurts her for sure, Teresa. Yeah. When I never did roller derby, I wanted to, and my family was like, "No, don't do it. You are a klutz and you break so easily. Please, you are uninsured." This was years and years and years and years ago. I was in college. It was a long, long time ago. Decades, not decades, but oh my God, at least a decade. Holy shite! I'm old. Did you yarn pirate? Did you? It's the same guy whose birthday was the day before mine and refused to share his birthday with me, even though we were in our 20s. We were in our 20s. And that meant all of our friends were hungover on my birthday since it's on New Year's. I really should have got a hint from that. It took 4 years for me to figure that out, though. But I got some really good friends out of it. It's those of us in your life had to wait. Every time you hurt yourself, we'd never do anything. Says the man who had to have reconstructive surgery on his finger. I'm just saying. We can be old together. I love it. Yes. Old and sassy and obnoxious. Here's my thought process on old. My whole life, I've heard that whatever decade is in front of me is the new whatever, right? Like, so when I was in my 20s, I was told 30 is the new 20. And I'm like, cool. When I got my 30s, I was told 40 is the new 30. I'm like, sweet. Yes. So it just keeps coming back and back. I figure I'm not aging at all because they keep changing the bar ahead of me because they don't want to get older. So I'm just sitting here forever at ever what the new whatever is. And never stopped work. Yes, we know. We're all very aware that you continue to work through that. And now you have Frankenstein finger. I mean, it's really cool looking. I know you hate the scar on your finger. I think it's the coolest looking thing in the whole world. Like, it's so awesome. I want you to get a tattoo on it. I want you to get like a Sally tattoo or any type of Frankenstein tattoo where like they put little cross stitches over the scar. I think that would look really neat. And you don't have any feeling in that part, so it's not like it would hurt a lot. Hence the need for reconstructive surgery. Hey, yarn pirate, have some confetti. 60 is the new 60. No, 60 needs to be the new 50. Keep doing it, please. The previous decade, alas, ails me. Oh, hold to though, yeah. Ugh. So hard sometimes. There we go. I'm getting through it, you guys. I'm getting through it. Okay. I'm all of those things. Can I Joe your... Yes. Yes, you can join our Growing Old Together club. I just answered for her. Sorry. That's the sassy that comes through. I can't help it. As long as 70 doesn't end up being the new 60 because no one can afford to retire. I mean, that's kind of what's happening. That means 50 is the new 20 because you're broke and you can barely afford your apartment. I know. She's 77 and she looked better in that cheerleader's costume than the cheerleaders did. Freaking Dolly. I swear to goodness gracious. You notice that I didn't say I swear to God. I feel like Dolly would yell at me for that. And I don't want to get yelled at by Dolly Parton. I don't think anybody wants to get yelled at by Dolly Parton. So this gets much easier as you continue, not just because you get used to doing it, but because you've got more to work with, right? Like crochet for me, I love crochet. I don't love it as much as I love knitting. You guys know that. But my biggest gripe with crochet is that when you're starting something, there's what you have to hold on to hold taut while you're trying to work with it is so little that it's very difficult. There's not really a lot you can do about that. I didn't say I wouldn't let Dolly yell at me. I said I don't want to make Dolly yell at me. I don't want to give her a reason to be mad at me. I want her to give me gold stars and tell me that I'm a beautiful, sweet angel princess and that she will write a song about me. That's what I want. That's my pony. I love you, Aunt Beth. Have a great evening. That Nightbot is wrong. It's not Black Friday. It's Cyber Monday. Save 25% on all high-and-dyed yarns this weekend. This day. Today, not the weekend. It's the downside. Yeah, it is. I mean, there are definitely upsides to it. It's certainly faster, right? If I lose my hook, I've lost my hook. I haven't lost half my needle set if I lose my hook, you know? And that's kind of nice. I won't say, I know a lot of people are like, if you screw up and you have to go back, it's so much easier to rip those rows out. That's true. But I very rarely frog my knitting. I usually just drop stitches down to fix stuff. So I'm not going to say that that's true. But, you know, I keep that earpiece in it and I don't know why, because I don't need it anymore because we don't have music throughout the show. As long as it's not, I don't know, man. I don't know. Can you imagine if your name was Jolene? That'd be pretty fucking epic. We are Groot. Crocheting a baby Groot for the bath. Oh my God, it would be so cute. I'd have to find the right yarn for it. So it told me to do like 7 rows total, I think, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm doing 6 right now. She said she got to 7.5 to squeak out as much of the basket as she could. I don't know if I'm just supposed to go until I basically run out of cord or what. Be infamous and have a song like Jolene made after you. Exactly. You can't drop down stitches and you're doing lace work. I can. Not to toot my own horn, but I totally can. I don't always do it. Sometimes it's not worth doing, but it can be done. That's part of reading your yarn work, like your knitting. And it's probably a class that we will end up doing through Zoom when we do classes next year. We might not get, like, that might be the advanced reading your work versus beginning stuff like, oh, look, this is a twisted stitch, or I have a yarn over, I have a drop stitch, I have a purl where a knit belongs, I have my cable backwards, like all that kind of stuff. But reading lace and seeing where the mistake is and figuring out how to be able to drop down and fix it, it is doable. Witchcraft. You say to the person who uses, I mean, we all use wands to create stuff. Crochet takes 1 wand, knitting takes 2 wands. You got to drink your brew, you know, it's a whole thing. And most of us have familiars that are obsessed with yarn. The most dangerous knitting game. You know, the chaos monkey in me, that was always, and the little bit of a mean streak I have, it's not much. That was always my favorite part of beginning knit classes in person, is that I would have people, they'd learn the knit stitch, they'd learn the purl stitch, they'd learn how to cast on. And that took usually about half the class. The second half of the class was just perfecting those stitches, right? Continuing them, enjoying them, so on and so forth. And then I would pick one poor schmuck and I'd say, let me see your work. And they would show it to me and I'd say, do you see the stitch right here? And they'd say, yes. And I would drop it off the needle and I would pull that sucker all the way down to the bottom and I'd have a run stitch all the way down. And you guys watch me do it on the show and you guys have little panic attacks. Like, it would freak them out. They're like, what did you just do? And I'm like, we're going to fix it. Don't worry. That's the whole point, is I'm showing you that you can fuck this up royally and it's still fixable, because Because knitting is magical. Like all of those stitches are connected to each other, but because they're connected to their neighboring stitches, if you drop one down, you're not going to lose all the other stitches. You know, I feel like maybe that's how society should work. It makes it easier to get that one stitch back up if the rest of the stitches don't fall down because one stitch fell down. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, it really teaches that lesson of you don't have to be afraid of your knitting. And crochet is honestly the same way. You don't have to be afraid of your crochet. If I take this and I pop this, that's not the end of the world, right? Like it's really easy to fix that. I am chaotic good. I am a little bit of a Robin Hood. You're not wrong. I used almond milk Bailey's. Ooh, I found lactose-free eggnog today, and I almost purchased it, and I regret not doing so. I'll probably go back to the store and get some because I love eggnog, but it makes my tum-tum hurt. But not knowing how to fix it makes me freak out over. That's the biggest thing, Miranda, is that because people don't think that they're going to be able to fix it. So having it happen, not a big deal. Learning to fix it, also really not a big deal. It's not that scary. Normally you want to have a really tiny crochet hook available. It's the easiest way to do that. But even if you don't have one of those, eventually you get used to just fixing it with your needle. There are certainly some patterns, like Allison said, that are harder to fix. Lace work is really hard. It's doable, but it is hard because you have to be able to read it and figure it out. And stockinette's the easiest to fix. Purl stitches are a pain in the butt, but the trick there is just turn it around. Fix it on the back side instead because it's a knit stitch on that side. No problem, JK. I know, I was so excited, Carmen. Bought eggnog today, but it was so expensive. Yeah, it's expensive everywhere. So this thing of lactose-free eggnog was like this big was all, and it was $4. And I was like, I put it in my cart, and I was like, no, it's $4. And that's like maybe 3 lattes. This is going back. I can't do it. I'm not sure if I feel bad because of new meds from getting sick. How long does it take for those meds to affect your body? Because you could look that part up. Depending on how that works. A lot of the time, it doesn't affect your body for like 24 hours, 48 hours, a month, depending on what it's supposed to do. Made Alton Brown's aged eggnog this year. Ooh, can you send me a recipe for that? I'm always intrigued by things like that. I would love to try making homemade eggnog. But seriously, the kimchi's next. You guys, look, it's a basket. It's a basket. It's a basket. It's a basket on my head. It's a basket. And I still have the crochet hook. Oh my gosh, actually, it kind of works this way. It's very heavy. I don't recommend this yarn for making a hat, but for a little baby basket, it's super cute, you guys. Wait for it to go on sale. Okay, so we're at the beginning again. We're going to take this penis stitch marker off because that's kind of what it looks like. I don't know how I've never noticed that before. Make our stitch because we're going to do what she did. We're going to go as far as we basically can. Oh yeah, there we go. Because I got a little bit of yarn left. I don't want to waste it. Oof. Come on. Come on. There we go. Meds used for malaria are used for autoimmune disease. That is strange. Well, maybe. Actually, for autoimmune stuff, I mean, it kind of makes sense. That's a true beehive hairdo. It is, right? It should be. It kind of looks like a beehive basket. This is not health food. No, it is not. I'm doing a pattern that this has stripes of purl. One, slip one, purl one, and slip one. And I keep forgetting the purl sometimes, so I'm consistently fixing them. That is one of the most obnoxious things, right? Like you get to a stitch and you're like, shit, this is supposed to be a purl. And so you drop it down, pick it back up, knit it backwards. You're like, oh my God, whatever. And then move on to the next one. And if you've done a whole row of that, then I might frog because I don't want to have to fix every single stitch on a row. That's obnoxious. I feel ya. You guys, do you know what time it is? I don't have any music or drum rolls. It is show and tell time. Let's get it up. Okay. Oh, show and tell is so pretty today. I'm really excited. Just bring this over. Why are you being like this? There we go. Go all the way to the top. Are you guys ready? Let's do this. So here we are. Welcome to Show and Tell. We have Mary M. the Yarny getting my holiday stuff ready. And because I cleaned out of my crafting corner, I found UFOs that I made into whips. Yes. Finished the center one, almost done with the third. I love finding color combinations that I did not know existed. Oh, this is my favorite. We were talking about that on Black Friday. Ooh, this has some glitter in it, you guys. This is lovely. I love the Christmassy colors. It's perfect. We've got this one right here. You're right. This color combo is just great. I don't know if these are two different ones, but if they're not, I like the burnt orange with the soft lavenders and everything. And then you get into this black and maroon. Even if they're not supposed to be together, I love it. You want to see all the pretties? Me too. But this one is by far my favorite. This is so stinking cool. You've got, this side's my favorite with the solids, right? You've got that peach in there that's just beautiful. And I love peach and teal together. And then this crazy like confetti on the other side is just the neatest. Crochet hooked. Finished a newsboy hat. That's for my daughter. The sweater whip for my son, and a finished cocoon sweater that my daughter says is ugly because of the colors I chose, but this one's for me, so whatever. Her hat is super cute, and I hope she loves it. Are you going to put a little button on it on the side? I saw a newsboy hat that had a button on it that was very similar to this, and it kind of just really brought it all together. But it is beautiful just as it is, and I love the texture on it, and it's a great color. Here is the whip for your son, the sweater. Super cute. I like that the middle section, the black, is all glittery. I think that's a nice touch. And then here's the sweater for you. Your daughter is incorrect. Number one, it's a gorgeous sweater. Number two, I love the sage and the orange together. They look wonderful. So she can just shush. She doesn't have to like everything you like. Miss Allison finally properly made some sweaters for Nori. The purple one is an off BK skein that I think was supposed to be Nurple. You are correct, it was. The skull sweater has quite the story. In short, one of my old customers saw me working on it and commented, "You'll never finish before Halloween." Oh shit, no they didn't. Finish before Halloween. So I made sure that I did it just to be petty and spite her. Fuck off, Margaret. I finished it on the 29th. This is why I love you so much, because we are so similar in this way. I did use one skein of BK yarn, 3 from the Doctor Who Heroes set. Ooh. Oh, Nori. Such a model. Like I told you, he reminds me of Zoolander, especially in the next picture. I love the tweed in this sweater. He's so damn cute. Look, guys, this picture kills me every time. Allison, I might want to get permission. I think I told you this. I want to get permission from you to use this photo or a photo of him in this sweater to use it for marketing because it's such a great piece. Number one, the sweater's gorgeous, but your cat kills me. See, Con makes that face too, but it's much, much better with your cat. It's too much. I love your skull sweater. I'm envious of it. I'm excited that you used some Doctor Who yarn in it. I'm stoked. It's just, I love the fade down to the bottom. You look so great in shorter sweaters. Sincerely, it's a beautiful piece and it matches your hair. Cozy Lot. First pick is a baby blanket I made from my hubby's, and also fuck Margaret. Was it Margaret? It was. First pick is the baby blanket I made for my hubby's cousin's new baby girl. Let's start there. It's beautiful. I love the scalloped edge. I love that you did not go with a traditional baby girl color. I mean, it's still reds and pinks and things, but there's orange in there. It looks more sunsetty than it does. This is a baby girl. Like a baby boy could use this too. Not that they couldn't anyway, but I like when people go away from traditional baby boy girl colors, right? Here's a picture of the blanket you want to make for your mom that looks like mosaic, but isn't. It's not. Oh my God, that is huge and beautiful. And oh my God, I'm so in love with those colors. let's see. I would do, so that's Tales from St. Olaf we would do, and Princess of Mars, and some Cold as Ice, and some Soot. And I guess we'd have to come up, oh, you could do Tea Time, I guess, would work on that one. Oh, it's so pretty. And the yellow yarn pick is my hubby's first crochet project. Congratulations to your husband. He just learned to crochet. He requested to use one of my nice stitch markers, saying he knows I have the good stuff somewhere. Your husband's stitches look fantastic. Look at those single crochets and those double crochets. Good job. My partner took 3 hours to do a chain stitch and teased everybody that he'd eventually get to that single crochet. I think he did eventually. There is a VOD of that. This looks great. He's on the right path for sure. Right? What is it if it's not? Vicky, here are a couple of baskets I made using ribbon yarn. Oh, those are beautiful. And my great nephew wearing the mosaic hat I made for him. And the Granny Pop cardigan I'm making for my sister. Your baskets look so much better than my basket. I mean, my basket's cute, but your baskets like look professionally done. They're sleek. They're put together. They're not, looking like they just ran out of the shower and forgot to brush their hair. They're beautiful. I love them. And I love the 2 color tone thing too. Your great nephew is too stinking cute. I think I've told you that before. I love his shoes, but that hat is super adorable. And it's one of those nice hats that's going to continue to fit him for years, right? You can tell like it's a little big on him right now, super snuggly. He should be able to wear this for another 3 years at least. And then this is for your sister, and it's gorgeous. I hope she loves it. The colors are beautiful. Are you using a single ply yarn for this? I have mixed feelings about single ply yarns. When they work for people, the drape on them is just stunning. And that's this for sure. I've always had bad luck with them. Pixie Punk, first, yarn basket in progress, encasing 550 paracord. Don't know what that means, but I'm insanely impressed. Oh, the paracord. That's awesome. Oh man, and it's also a really big basket. That's going to be beautiful though. I love that you've got that color for the base. Number 2 is double knit flap for tech bag, and the beanie I'm making for a fast Pokemon alternate dawn cosplay for a surprise party in 2 weeks. You are a very ambitious person. Oh my gosh, I love the double crochet, double knit. It looks so good. I also appreciate that you have a fan in the background. Reminds me that we need to replace our fans. Number 3 are finished mom socks for Christmas. They look huge because I have kid-sized feet, and hers are adult size. They fit her well. They don't look huge. They're fine. They're beautiful. I love the colors, and I love the pattern you used. I bet she's just over the moon about them. Miss Bubbles started a new cowl yesterday. It's going to have a lining of Surrey alpaca floof inside. What the? Seriously? Why do you do this to me? I want super warm. I could do super warm things for being out here. It's cold enough. I could wear something like that. Another cowl with stitches meant to look like a school of fish, and my bird on a wire tee, knit in widowflower and havisham. Oh my God, you're already that far? I just need to add the collar and weave in the ends. Okay, your cable work might be some of the most beautiful cable work I've ever seen. I know I say that to you every time, but girl, this isn't even freaking blocked yet, and look at that stitch definition. Damn you. Oh, this is so cool. Okay, I'm digging it. I like it. I dislike birds less than I used to dislike birds, so I can feel this. This is really neat looking, and the yarn you used for it is perfect. You did say, oh, schools of fish. This is the fish. I like it even more now that it's fish. That's really cool. It's still perfect yarn. This was the bird one. I don't know why it was called oh, these are supposed to be the lines. I get it. That's really pretty. I love the widow flower and the havisham together. Doesn't that look neat? Do you know the havisham and stockinette like this kind of reminds me of the white fuzzy on a TV at the end of the night? You know what I'm talking about? What's it called? Snow on a TV. That's what it's called. I don't know these things. I've only seen it in the movies. Eska, I put in this works in progress earlier, but I finally got up the courage to cut the steek in my crazy Christmas cardigan last week. I had to call a friend for moral support, but it seems intact. Now to finish it off for the holiday party gauntlet. I'm so proud of you. Seriously, I've never done it. I need to do it. What? Oh yeah, to have to cut your work.
I love the cats.
Did you just notice the
Jesus
cats?
Christ, that's
And do you
great.
know what color this is up here? This is an old. This is like either Hard Candy Holidays or you'll poke your eye out, kid.
Yeah, that
It's
is
one of the
Christmas,
others.
Christmas,
It's one of our
yeah.
Christmas colorways.
Oh, that's so good.
Isn't it beautiful? I love the cats. TK just noticed the cats. He's in love. Here it is steeked. Oh my gosh, you did such a great job. And look at these floats. They are so sexy.
My butt's just looking at that.
Jinxie. 4 out of 6 witch hats from Air D&D. Only missing mine and Alex. Oh, is that what you call your guys' group? That's adorable. Who unfortunately got sick. Fun part is that Harper, the daughter of the lady in purple, asked me to make her a hat in orange and yellow for Christmas. These are so good. And your friends have very distinct personalities, and I love it. Like, I like that they all made their own little faces. Like, it's too much.
They were assembled for a
Yeah, it's fantastic. TK's right. It looks like they were assembled for a movie. And the hats are super cute, too. Your friends are adorable, and the hats are super cute, too. I'm sorry your other friend was sick, though. It did turn out fantastic, right? Hard Candy Holidays. It was Hard Candy Holidays. Cast Cappy. Blue yarn is Spider Web Runa Panel 1. Orange multi-yarn. Tunson Blanket. The Rwanda is my travel project. I don't think they all went together. I think we only got one picture up. So I don't know which one this is, but it's beautiful. I don't know if this is going to be on top of it, but it looks like a stained glass window the way it's set up right now. TK's off to the side. That's why I keep looking over there. Carmen, I started an embroidery project from Drop Cloth Sampler, and I got this fun braid star at a craft emporium here in Portland. I really want to try an embroidery starter. I think they're so neat. Do you see her needle minder up here? So it's magnetic. Her needle can sit on it.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Isn't that cool? There's a lot of them on yeah, they're really neat. I should put those on my holiday list too because they're fairly inexpensive. This is beautiful. I love it. I love all of the different types of stitches that you get to try to do. That's why these are so neat, right? Because it's practice and then you end up with this beautiful piece of art at the end. And this is so cool. It creates a braid. Do you see in the middle? So you put it all together and it creates a braid. Yeah, they're really cool. I've seen those before, but I haven't seen one in a really long time. JK, the blue panel I just took off the loom for your blanket. The panel's all laid out. Last one of the 5 is at the top. And the tessellated sock, which of course uses mohair, and also BK sock blank and BK Forest Park. I love it. So you got some Cynthia's lunchbox in there, I see. I don't know which sock blank this is, but it's got gray in it. Which sock blank has gray in it? Is that I Want a Pony? I Want a Pony had gray in it, didn't it? I don't remember. It's been so long. And then is that Forest Park or is that I'll Get You, My Pretty? It almost looks like I'll Get You, My Pretty, but I could be wrong. I mean, you're the one who's got the yarn there. So this is the blanket assembled. This is the last one up here, the blue one. So you guys, if you haven't been following this, JK has a loom, but it's not a super wide loom. Instead of letting that, stop her from making a blanket that she's woven, she has done this panel by panel, and it's going to be amazing. I mean, even just laying next to each other, it looks seamless. So I can't wait to see this thing finished. It's just been a labor of love, and it's a piece of art. Here's that panel on the loom itself. Oh God, it's so beautiful. Look at the way geez, I'm just blown away by it. Elizabeth, 3 hooded cows, 1 for each son. Oh, I love them. They look so cozy. I like the middle one.
Setting them on the path to robbing banks.
TK says you're setting them on the path to robbing banks. Listen, this one is 100% a Robin Hood one in the middle.
Yeah.
So they're going to give back, they take from the rich and give back to the poor. And that is the future. That's the future right there, as it should be.
Which one are we?
We are not Prince John.
We're not poor. We're broke.
We're broke. We're baroque. Michaela, Michi's Crochet Nook, my own puppy sweater I designed for my friend Sweet Puppy. Isis, isn't she just the perfect model? Number one, I'm amazed that you created a puppy dog sweater. That's really cool. It looks like it's a nice, simple pattern, which is always helpful, especially this time of year. It's a nice classic pattern. If I had a lot of friends who had dogs, I would totally whip a few of these out for the holidays. Oh, I do have friends who have dogs. Just thought about that.
Your family of dogs.
I do. I don't love them as much. I'm kidding, kidding. If you're in here, I'm totally kidding. But look at this pattern. It looks great. Yes, he is absolutely model material. Oh my goodness. Good boy. You guys should get Isis and Nori together for model photos. The whole world will explode. I think that's it, you guys. What a great show and tell. I know it's been a few weeks since we've had a show, so I'm glad we had some, like, a lot of stuff in there. And then it was across the board. You guys just never cease to amaze me. Okay, so we, let's see. The sale ends in 4 hours. So if you haven't got your yarn yet, make sure you head over to bosskittyshop.com. Everything is 25% off until midnight Pacific time tonight. That includes pre-orders. So if there's yarn that says it's not in the shop, it'll say pre-order, and you can still get it at 25% off. We never do that. We will be back next Monday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. What day is that? That's the 4th of December. So let's talk real quickly about the schedule for December. We have a show on the 4th. I think we have a show on the 11th. We might not because of the trunk show, though. If we're prepping for the trunk show, I think we'll have the show on the 11th, though. We'll have the show on the 11th. I think the 18th is going to be our holiday special. Correct? Yes. That would make sense. So tentatively, we'll have the show on the 11th, unless I'm really far behind on dyeing up that yarn. The 18th is going to be our holiday special. Clearly, there's no show on the 25th, both because that's the 1, 2, 3. Oh, the 18th is technically the fourth Monday of the month, but we're going to have our holiday special anyway. It's fine. There will be no show on the 25th, obviously, and then we will be back on Sunday the 31st to do our New Year's Eve show. We're going to be dropping the drop spindle kits, and you guys will be bringing in the new year and my birthday. I'll be 41 on January 1st, which there will be no show that Monday. I'm going to be celebrating my birthday by rolling some dice.
Oh, you know what we should do?
What? Come on over and talk. What should we do?
We should have some sort of competition with the time zones. And the winner is the time zone. When they drop the ball, that's when we'll drop the drop spindles.
Oh, I like that. He says we should have
gang
some type.
Warfare. Oh. Time zone gang warfare.
Why do you got to make it evil and mean? Are you gonna put Coke bottles on your fingers?
Isn't that gross?
Are you gonna put Coke bottles on your fingers and entice the other time zones? You're not even listening to me anymore.
Look at that.
Let's stop it. Anyway, we're the same age. Disco, are we? Like down to the day or just like age? I mean, AJ's age is fine too, but if it's down to the day, I need a birthday twin. I've never had a birthday. Oh, I didn't in middle school. It's a TK. Shall we call it the Great Time War? Oh my God, Eska, yes.
We'll have details next Monday.
Ooh, and a smoking. That's not his smoking jacket. That's his Gandalf jacket.
Right.
It's his robe.
House coat.
No, it's not. But I need a smoking jacket for the show. For the New Year's Eve show this time. You guys, I'm rambling. We love you. We will be back on Monday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. TK is a dork, and I absolutely adore him for it. I hope you all have a wonderful week. I hope you all order all the yarns that you want. No, you're 6 months older. That's okay. Then you're my unbirthday twin, and I'll take that. Very happy unbirthday to you. We'll see you guys next Monday. I hope you have a wonderful week. Do something incredibly crafty. I know you're all working on holiday gifts right now. And until then, as always, happy crafting, kids. Bye.